ready to can some tomatoes. And this wouldn't have been possible without some good friends giving us some tomatoes that they had overabundance of. We very much appreciate it. After washing the tomatoes, we remove the stems, getting them ready to blanch. We got a pot of boiling water here, simmering water. We set the tomatoes down in there for about 60 seconds or less, and then we bring them out and put them into a cold water bath. And we'll remove them and put them into a cold water bath. Let them set for a few seconds or so, and they'll start peeling. And now we'll take the tomato from the ice water and remove the skins. They come off really easy. And after removing them, I set them into a plastic tub here. And I'll cut them in half, quarter them, or some of them may leave whole. Now we're adding this lemon juice, 2 tablespoons to each quart jar and 1 teaspoon of salt each jar. Instead of the bottled lemon juice, you can use citric acid, but it's a half teaspoon for each quart. Although I'm pressure canning these, you can also water bath can tomatoes, which will take a longer processing time. We bring them to a simmer and let them simmer for 5 minutes. And be sure to stir it often so it don't burn. After 5 minutes, remove from heat and ladle it into the hot jars. Be sure to leave a 1-inch headspace. A paper towel with vinegar to clean the rims of the jars. Now when I put the lids and rings on, I just tighten them down finger snug. And please, before you do any recipes, check with the National Center for Home Food Preservation's website for their recommendation on what you're canning, including tomatoes. Please do your research. Now we'll place the lid on the canner. I put a little bit of olive oil around the rubber seal on it. Makes it go on a little smoother. Line up the arrows and twist it into place and locks it in. Now we'll turn the burner up to medium-high, and when this vent starts steaming, we're gonna, a good steady steam, we'll time it for 10 minutes and let it vent for 10 minutes. Well, I don't know if you can see it or not, it's steaming. We're gonna let this steam and vent for 10 minutes. Once it's 10 minutes is up, we're gonna put the weighted gauge on, and we'll only be going by the weighted gauge and not the dial indicator gauge. Once this starts rocking, then we'll start the timer. Now the rocker has started rocking, the weighted gauge, the rocker. Now we're going to set the timer, and we're going to set it for 10 minutes. This method with the hot pack calls for 10 minutes processing time at 10 pounds of pressure, and that's for my altitude. Okay, 10 minutes is up. We turn out the fire. We're going to let it drop to 0. And there's the finished product. We're going to let these set for 12 to 15 hours. Let them cool. Make sure all of them sealed. Then we're going to remove the rings and wipe them down and place them in the pantry. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you consider subscribing.